Ford dealership lots are so bloated that unsold trucks are spilling onto neighboring properties dealers don't even own. The average F-150 now tops $55,000. Tariffs just added $2,000 more per truck. Ford lost billions in 2025, and even selling below invoice for the first time since the pandemic, these trucks still aren't moving. The real reason everyone is refusing to buy has nothing to do with the sticker price. Dealer lots across the country are overflowing with unsold F-150s, Broncos, and Mavericks, a situation that has become impossible to ignore. In March 2025, CarEdge reported a 145-day supply of F-150s on the ground, more than double the industry's healthy benchmark of 60 days. That number isn't just a blip, it's a clear metric of a system out of balance. Ford's own production figures for 2025 show around 830,000 F-Series trucks rolling off the line, but demand has not kept pace. Instead of the usual quick turnover, trucks are sitting motionless for months, with some dealers forced to park new inventory on neighboring lots just to make space for the next shipment. The days on lot figure is a critical indicator for anyone following the auto market. A 60-day supply means vehicles are moving at a healthy clip, keeping cash flowing and floor plan financing costs manageable. But at 145 days, the equation flips. Dealers are now paying interest on inventory that isn't moving, watching depreciation eat into margins, and scrambling to find creative ways to clear space. The overhang is so severe that even below invoice deals, something almost unheard of since the pandemic, haven't been enough to move the metal. Trucks that should have been sold in a matter of weeks are instead collecting dust, their value dropping with each passing month. The scale of the problem is visible at every turn. In the Midwest and South Central regions, some dealers report inventory sitting for more than 4 months. National averages for the Bronco Sport and Maverick aren't far behind, with days on lot figures in the 90 to 120 range. The numbers tell a simple story. Ford's aggressive post-pandemic production, combined with softening demand once prices crossed the $50,000 barrier, has created a glut. As the average F-150 transaction price soars over $55,000 and tariffs add another $2,000 per truck, the disconnect between supply and demand has never been starker. The result is a market where even steep discounts can't break the logjam, and dealer lots remain packed, waiting for buyers who simply aren't coming. As the pandemic reshaped the auto market, Ford dealers imposed steep market adjustment markups, $5,000 to $20,000 premiums on models like the Bronco and Maverick became common. The F-150 Lightning, Ford's electric flagship, saw some listings leap from $55,000 to $80,000. When demand cooled, those same trucks dropped by $5,000 to $10,000 almost overnight. For buyers who had waited months, the price swings felt like a punishment, not a reward. The sticker shock wasn't just about economics, it was about trust. Forums filled with stories of customers abandoning deals, some swearing off Ford altogether. The sense of betrayal ran deeper than the numbers. Markups that once signaled exclusivity now looked like opportunism. Even as discounts appeared, the memory of those pandemic-era premiums stuck. Trucks once fetching $80,000 now sat on lots with heavy markdowns, fueling doubt about whether any price could be believed. Ford's leadership saw the damage. On February 10, 2025, CEO Jim Farley issued a warning. Dealers caught gouging would lose allocation of high-demand models. Farley's message was blunt. Brand credibility was at stake. Ford began tracking dealer pricing, using allocation algorithms to cut shipments if markups exceeded 5% above the national average. Some dealers quietly lowered prices, others pushed back, citing local market pressures. The standoff between Ford and its dealers only deepened buyer confusion. For many shoppers, the fallout lingers. Deep discounts now spark suspicion instead of excitement. The numbers on the window sticker matter less than the feeling that trust has been broken. Farley's threat, meant to restore order, only highlighted how fragile the relationship between Ford, its dealers, and its customers had become. Ford's struggle with quality is no longer a secret. In the 2025 J.D. Power Initial Quality Study, Ford landed near the bottom, 31st out of 33 brands, trailing almost every major competitor. For buyers, that ranking isn't just a number, it's a warning. The trouble starts with the 10-speed automatic transmission, a joint project with GM that was supposed to deliver smoother shifts and better fuel economy. Instead, it's become a magnet for complaints, harsh gear changes, hesitation, and, in too many cases, outright failure. Tim Murphy, senior analyst at J.D. Power, put it bluntly, Ford's legacy aluminum architecture still drags its early life quality numbers, and the incremental gains from the 2025 refresh will not close the gap unless systemic supply chain upgrades are enacted. The fallout isn't limited to online forums. A class action lawsuit now covers more than 1,800 owners, with lead counsel Jeff Gentry estimating an average loss of $1,850 per vehicle when factoring in repair bills and reduced resale value. For those unlucky enough to need a full transmission replacement, repair shops quote $2,200 to $3,800, staggering numbers for a truck that's still under warranty for many. And it doesn't stop there. EcoBoost turbochargers, another Ford innovation, routinely fail outside warranty, with replacement costs often exceeding $2,500. These aren't isolated incidents. They form a pattern that leaves owners wary of walking into a dealership, knowing that a simple service visit could spiral into a multi-thousand-dollar ordeal. The result is a growing sense that buying new from Ford means rolling the dice on your wallet and your patience. Ford's electric push has exposed a rift inside its dealer network. Model E, the company's electric division, lost $4.7 billion in 2023, with losses mounting into 2025. Instead of easing up, Ford required every franchise to invest between $500,000 and $1.2 million in chargers, tools, and staff training to sell Model E vehicles. For many smaller dealerships, the numbers didn't add up. About 40% of Ford dealers chose to opt out, unwilling or unable to meet the mandate. Those who opted out lost access to the Lightning and Mach-E, while those who invested watched electric vehicle demand collapse after the initial surge. Karen Linder of the National Automobile Dealers Association described the mood as tense. Dealers are being squeezed between high certification outlays and a stagnant turnover. Lisa Jessen at Consumer Reports notes the fallout. Dealers slashing Lightning prices below invoice just to clear lots, but trust lost during earlier markups hasn't returned. The split between Model E and Ford Blue has only deepened confusion and resentment. Tariffs have delivered a punishing blow to Ford's bottom line. In 2025, the company's own 10-K filings revealed a $2 billion loss directly tied to new steel and aluminum duties, a figure that stands out even in a year marked by shrinking profits. For every F-150 rolling off the line, analysts estimate the tariff adds between $2,000 and $3,000 in raw material costs, sometimes more, depending on how the numbers are sliced. Dr. Michael Pettis, an economics professor at the University of Chicago, doesn't mince words. The tariff's retroactive application to parts already in the supply chain creates a cost shock that cannot be absorbed without raising MSRP or cutting dealer margins. Ford's internal accounting points to an average per-truck burden of around $3,000, with the company forced to either eat the cost or pass it along to buyers already reeling from sticker shock. The company attempted to soften the blow with a 3.75% domestic content offset, a policy credit that temporarily shaved about $1,000 off the effective tariff bill. But this offset is set to expire soon, falling to just 2.5% in 2026, leaving Ford exposed to the full weight of the tariffs unless there's a last-minute political rescue. Even with the offset, the net cost still dwarfs any savings, and dealers have little room to maneuver. The $2 billion tariff hit isn't some abstract accounting entry, it's a concrete drag on every truck, every sale, and every dealer's ability to compete. In a market already stretched by trust issues and reliability doubts, this external squeeze on pricing is the final straw that makes any talk of great deals ring hollow. Ford's legacy wasn't built on bloated lots or sticker shock. In 1908, the Model T rolled onto American roads, priced so that ordinary families could own a car for the first time. 5 years later, the moving assembly line, introduced in 1913, revolutionized manufacturing worldwide, making cars faster and cheaper to build. The Mustang's debut in 1964 didn't just launch a new model, it sparked a cultural phenomenon, capturing the imagination of a generation. By 1979, the arrival of the F-Series Super Duty cemented Ford's reputation as the backbone of American work and industry. For decades, the brand stood for accessibility, reliability, and innovation, a company that truly put America on wheels. That history isn't just nostalgia, it's a reminder of what buyers once expected from Ford. The contrast with today's headlines, empty showrooms, lawsuits, and trust in freefall makes the current crisis feel even more stark. The story of Ford's rise is inseparable from the story of what's being lost. The smart money has shifted to proven pre-2015 F-150 trucks. The 2009 to 2014 models with the 5.0-liter Coyote VIV-8 routinely surpass 250,000 miles, needing little more than scheduled maintenance. Owners avoid turbo failures and the complex 10-speed transmission, keeping repairs predictable. The 2004 to 2008 F-150, powered by the 5.4-liter Triton 5.8, can reach 300,000 miles once its cam phaser issue, typically an $800 fix, is addressed. Early aluminum body trucks from 2015 and 2016 still pair the Coyote 5.8 with a reliable 6-speed automatic. Used prices for these trucks run $5,000 to $10,000 below new models, and ownership cost tables show thousands saved in repairs over newer, risky powertrains. Today, Ford's $2 billion tariff losses and $55,000 F-150s are more than headlines. They're signals that trust, once broken by pandemic markups and reliability failures, isn't easily rebuilt. Buyers vote with their wallets, turning to proven V8 trucks. The lesson? In this market, history and trust matter most.